Hello, my fellow idiots, and welcome to Season 2. In this episode, we're going to be looking at how to set up your development environment. So, we're going to get straight into it. Actually, no, before then, this series is going to cover a fair few things, such as let's see, I'm going to read my list. This episode is going to be setting up the environment, Visual Code, Python, etc., etc. I'll cover them more in the video. The next episode will be how to initialize a Git repository and npm within the working directory, how to use the git ignore file, and we'll create the application for our project. Then after that, we're going to install the required packages. I'm going to start the basics of the bot. Then it's going to be event handling, command handling, and then we're going to start covering how to use the raw event and how to do a starboard. Basically, what the aim of the season is going to be: create a starboard, have a the unlikely event that is going to be shard. I want to get it shard ready. So as I use in actual proper databases, not Nmap or something. What else? Commands, how to add stars, remove stars, see who starred it, etc., and stuff like that, and the generic ping pong, who made it, all this and that and the other. But before we get started with that, we need to download at least 3 things, and we're going to do them now. I'm using Visual Studio Code, so that's what we will use for this season. You can use whatever editor you want, but I'm using Visual Studio Code. And then we want to download Git. Basically, if you want to install something from GitHub, you need this bit of software installed, and we'll cover that in a bit further on. And Python, like Git, if you need to install something from, say you want to install Canvas, you need to actually compile it, and to compile it you need Python. Now, there is a command on how to install it through Node, but I just want to cover the basics so you know what to do either one. I'll put a thing in the bottom with the actual Node command if you want to skip the Python part. So first things first, we want to download for Windows. Blah blah. Thank you for downloading. Should start any second. There it goes. Whilst that is downloading, download Git for Windows. Again, you can change this for however you need. Git is downloading, and now Python. Now we need 2.7.15. Python 3 won't work for what we're doing, or at least as far as I'm aware. I have been out of the game for some time, so to speak. And we want to grab the Windows x86-64 MSI installer. That'll download. And whilst that's downloading, I'm going to click up the setup. I've already got it installed, but I'm going to walk you guys through it. Just waiting for it to load up. So if it takes too long, here it goes. Right. I'll minimize this. I accept the agreement. Yep. Okay. This bit you want to pay attention. Add to path. Yes, you want to do that. Register code as an editor for support types. That's optional, but I'm going to do it. Add open with code action to Windows Explorer directory context menu. I'm going to do that. And add open with code action to Windows Explorer file context menu. I'm going to do that. And then click next. Now again, you can do whatever you want, but I would highly recommend the add to path, at least minimum. So click next, click install, and that'll install. Now, I'm not going to cover installing extensions too much, but there is an extension that we will want to install, and that's ESLint. And we'll get to that in a minute. Wait for this to install. We won't launch it, so finish that one. Then install Git. Minimize that again. Okay, here we go. Yes. If the screen goes black, I apologize. It's the UAC. Okay. Associate Git, bash. Yeah. You want to make sure you check for updates because there was a security update a while ago. Click next. New Visual Studio Code as default editor. Yeah, why not? I leave this option because it adds Git to the path, which is what you need. Open SSH. Open SSL library. Check out as is, commit Unix style endings. That's what I do. Yeah, we'll use Windows default console window. They're all good. And install that. I say the main one you want is to install it to path. You need it in the path for definite. And we're back. As you see, it's installed, so click finish. And finally, you want to install the Python application. So again, minimize. Preparing to install. Why are you always preparing? Just do it. Okay, now it's computing. The system requirements. Okay, as I've already got it installed, but I'm going to repair it. But basically, you just follow the installation instructions and make sure you click Add to Path. I don't know if it's going to show me for the repair option, but if it does, I will point at it with my mouse cursor. Oh, here we go. It's doing something. Validate and install. I got told that I should do more cookie things like I did in the last episode, or the last video I uploaded, which was the vlog announcing this series. So I'm not going to do anything in this episode because no point. I want to do... Okay, it didn't say anything about adding to path, but there is an option when you install it for the first time to add it to path. You want to make sure you click add to path. And that is it. I mean, you can check. Don't know why I did that. Shift right click. See, there's the open with code. Open PowerShell. Actually, no. Let's make a folder for the next couple of videos. New folder. Tutorials. Because I'm going to be doing a few tutorials at the same time. And we're going to call this the name of the thing, which is Starlord. And we want to open with code. That will open the full project folder in Visual Studio Code. And then we're going to cover... Pardon me. going to cover an extension which we need. With me reinstalling it, I don't know if it's actually removed all the extensions I had. But looking at the fact it's saying connected to Discord, it hasn't. So, extensions. I almost forgot something we needed. We need Node. Okay. ESLint. You want the ESLint file by deck, whatever it is now. I'm not even going to attempt. And then I've got the .environmentals. You don't really need that one, but I've got it for my projects. Beautify. It's hit or miss. Discord presence, if you want, that's done by crawl from D.js Server. But yeah, before we get any further, I need to grab Node. Download. We want the long-term support, which is the default thing that's set. Okay, that's downloading. I haven't actually updated this yet on my system. This is like the first time, actually no, second time of opening Visual Studio Code. There it goes. Now it's finished. So open it, get it installed. Computing space requirements. Can you compute faster? Maybe. Jesus Christ, I just cracked my neck. But yeah, at least install the ESLint file, because we'll be covering that in the next video. But whilst the nerdy boy is installing, you want to hit Control apostrophe to bring up the terminal. Let's get rid of that. Wait for it to load up. Wait for this to load. And if I remember correctly, just waiting for it to catch up. Waiting for it to catch up. Come on. Okay. Python. You even clicked on that. Okay. Python version. It's installed the path. Perfect. Now, what is the current version of Node? 10.10. So I'm not that far behind. I think it's like 10.16 now. It does not say. Oh, yeah, 10.16. Okay. So we're only 6 minors behind. Not that bad. Thought it'd be like Node 11 by now. Because apparently current is, yeah, Node 12. So whilst this is doing its thing, how are you guys? I've been away, as you know, but I've explained all that in the, it's done. I don't know why I'm putting the camera, but it's done. Next, I accept the terms. Yeah, stick it there. Where you want to make sure add to path. The bit that I'm mousing over will be installed on local hard drive. You want that. Basically everything's fine. Next, install, and let that do its thing. Now I will say this while I start doing. I'll go back. You guys have stuck. Basically, you guys have stuck around. I mean, stupid necklace. I mean, I've been absent for some time, and you guys stuck around, and thank you. And now, as you can see, I now have the motivation to actually make videos. I've pulled the thumb out of my ass and making videos again. And I won't be able to do that without the energy my girlfriend's giving me. But yeah, I'm back. I'm feeling good. I'm not there, but I'm feeling better. And for those that have seen pictures of me from way back when, before I was married, you know this is the type of stuff, the type of look I used to go for. And I just twatted the microphone again. Yes, I want to install. I'm keeping the beard for now. I may get rid of it. Who knows? My girlfriend likes him. She see me with and without the beard. She likes me either way, so it might stay, it might go. It's up to me. But that's besides the point. But yeah, I've been wanting to make content. I've had the itch, the creative itch, where I want to make something for you guys. But it's when I sit down in front of my computer and I go to open Visual Studio or look at the guide on the website, and it just no. So no. So but I want a code. No. So, and that was day in and day out. I'm sorry about it. I didn't want to post about it because I didn't want you guys to pity me or anything like that. But since about April, because this is like May the 30th now. But I'm not sure when this is going to come out. But back in April, well, I met my girlfriend back in January, I want to say December, January time, and we started talking, started sharing mutual interests and this, that and the other, and I thought, fuck it, ask her out. I did. A month later, here I am. And I definitely feel I'm on the upswing. So you guys are going to get more content. Beautiful. I'm not happy with my current living arrangements, but as you can see, I managed to get the green screen up and sorted. It's like permanently up now. I will show you, but it's invisible. Oh, it's installed. Okay, finish. Right, I don't know if this is going to be updated. There we go, updated. But all I'm going to say is I'm in a much better place. I'm making content, as you can clearly see. And I'm, honest to God, hoping that I can keep this up. Because you guys, especially you amazing patrons, have been supporting me for months and months. And whilst I've been giving you access to the videos and the codes, I've not continued the API series. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to get cracking out. I'm going to have to rewatch the first episode of that to see where I am and what I talked about in that video. But anyway, we now have Python Git. Git version. There we go. Git version. So we have Python, Node, and Git, and Visual Studio Code, the 4 things that you need to do Discord bots. And one thing I forgot to mention, Starlord, this bot, is going to be on version 12 of Discord.js because there's realistically no point in redoing the tutorial I did last time. Whilst a lot of the methods are deprecated and it is heavily advised to use new methods, and 1 or 2 things have been like straight up removed, that tutorial overall is still good. It could be better. Someone has suggested, why don't I just re-record the series and update it? It's like, why? Other than the default channel and heavily advising you not to use that package I can't remember the name of, because it'll just memory crash. It'll memory leak and memory crash it. And a couple of things that had been deprecated. It's still the code is still viable. So that's why I'm opting for version 12. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use the raw event, and it is not documented on the actual documentation of the website. So you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But in episode... Oh, I hit the microphone again. I'm so sorry. But in episode... I'm going to say anywhere between episodes 4 and 6, we're going to be exploring the raw event. Anyway, guys, I've been rambling enough. I've taken way too much of your time. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get notified of whenever I upload a video, hit that bell button, and you'll get a notification on your phone. If you've got the apps installed, you'll get I think you get an email notification, I don't know. You get a bright red 1 on your desktop when you browse the website. So anyway, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.